It's a Saturday non-conference showdown as the Lynchburg Hornets welcome in the Susquehanna Riverhawks in a rematch of last year's NCAA tournament contest between Lynchburg and Susquehanna. It was one of two times that they played here against one against each other. The first time up in Pennsylvania, the second time down here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Lynchburg got the best of Susquehanna in both meetings. Lynchburg winning the first one 3-1 in the regular season and 2-1 in overtime in postseason play. It was Kanye Mazizi that notched the golden goal. And Lynchburg looking to come back after falling narrowly by 1 goal in a neutral site contest to Ursinus in their most previous affair. It's one of 2 games that Lynchburg has lost this year as they come into today 3-2, ranked in the top 20 in the national poll. Their first loss this season came at the hand of Bates on the road. That also just a 1-goal contest, 2-1. Meanwhile, on the other hand, for Susquehanna, the squad this season has dropped a couple of contests already with a very difficult schedule. As a whistle blows us dead and sends it in the other direction. Susquehanna 2-4 on the season, coming off a 1-2 loss at the hands of Bryn Mawr on the road. They've lost 3 of their last 4. And that sole victory coming against Washington College. And Dickinson and Swarthmore gave them those other 2 losses in their last 4 games. This is a Lynchburg team that has really prided themselves on defensive pressure in their defensive zone. And you see a little bit of here early. Now Balsamo takes a big swing trying to get it inside the circle. Torstein through her own legs as it intercepted. Now Lynchburg repossesses. Stifler controls over for Balsamo on the near sideline. Finds Kanye. Azizi tackled but gets it right back. Stifler. Now Schuchter. And a kick on Lynchburg. Here's Freeman carving her way inside. A backhanded swing. And another whistle against the Hornets. This is a Susquehanna team that returns a whole lot of talent from a season ago, looking to build off of their tournament appearance last season and conference championship. Maddie Quigley really headlines this team's offensive attack, returning for her second season after an all-landmark first-team selection, an all-landmark Rookie of the Year award, and an all-region selection during her freshman season. Quigley is one of 3 Riverhawks this year with 5 points, all tied for a team first, alongside Hannah Garland and Emma Campitelli, all with 2 goals and 1 assist. Balsamo shielding the defender, trapped into a straitjacket. Beautiful defense from Garland right on cue. Near side, it's Stifler. Driving down the sideline. Balsamo will get to reset. Heading towards the corner. Tackled by Campitelli. Lynchburg in their last game had a really strong performance in that neutral site ranked matchup against Ursinus. It was just one of those where the ball just did not go their way. The Hornets controlled possession for a vast majority of that affair. Fired off 21 shots, 11 of which were on goal, compared to your Sinus' 6 shots, 5 of which were on the cage. But Lynchburg just could not find the back of the net. Lost in a 1-0 scoreless affair for Lynchburg. It was just the first time this season that the Hornets have been shut out. And this is a strong offensive squad. You've got a Lynchburg team that's averaging just under 2.5 goals a contest while holding their opponents to 1. Meanwhile, if you look at Susquehanna's team stats in terms of scoring, they're averaging 1.5 goals a game compared to allowing their opponents with 2 1/3. On the inside, it's Kuhn. Whistle blows it dead, and we'll see our first penalty corner of the afternoon. Allie Freeman will have the injection for the Hornets. Near side ball, Samo lets it rip, saved by the keeper. Riverhawks trying to get it on the other side of the field all day. It's been played on this half for the first 5.5 minutes. Azizi working down low. Corkscrewing her way inside. Batted out of play, and Susquehanna will take over. Callie Short enters the contest for Lynchburg as they get it back on their half of the turf. Short had a great game in Lynchburg's last contest. She's someone that will be heavily involved in this year's offense. They feed it to her down low. Looked like that got a piece of the shoe. And Short can't connect with Junker. The last touch by a white jersey. Mazizi splits 2. And Lynchburg earns their second penalty corner today. So interesting to see how this Lynchburg style has slowly started to change ever so slightly under the second year of Jenny Relaford, taking over last year at the helm for longtime coach Enza Steele. This year adds a new assistant into the mix as well with Lauren Zimmerman, coming from another top-tier Division III program in Wesleyan. Meanwhile, on the flip side, you have a Susquehanna staff with a whole lot of experience and success. Allison Fordyce leads that charge, a Maryland graduate, 1997. Back then, that was an ACC school, now in the Big Ten, which is all over the place with conference realignment. Both conferences with a whole lot of success in field hockey, whether you want to look at the UNCs or Northwesterns of the world. Freeman trying to get inside. And the official will give it back to the Riverhawks. Halfway through the opening quarter here in Lynchburg, Virginia. Joe Brennan alongside you on behalf of LHSN and Flo College. And Dorestein has it poked away. Some fancy stick work to give herself some breathing room. Entry feed kicked away. Dorestein with his swing. Once again, another unsuccessful trip into the circle for the Hornets. Freeman takes it away. An all-conference member a season ago, has really made her name for herself as an elite passer along with a fantastic defender. One of, if not the best defenders on this Lynchburg team. Callie short. I mean, so much pressure being applied right now with this Lynchburg press. Susquehanna just no breathing room whatsoever. At midfield, Muir advances to Mizizi. Now it's DeFazio. Far side of the field. Then Byman. Stops her momentarily, but a whistle on her allows the Riverhawks to keep marching forward, trying to get it into the circle for the first time today. Capitelli. And a whistle on Ella DeFazio, the junior forward out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Now Lynchburg will try and get it back the other way. Danny Kuhn. Nice pass downfield, but a little too much juice behind it. Abigail Junker, the freshman midi, couldn't track it down in time, ran out of real estate. Now the Riverhawks will try and build it from behind. Played forward, good passing, a nice little crossover to get her hands free. Rothermel. Susquehanna with great attendance here today. A whole lot of maroon and orange in the stands supporting their squad. That's a little bit of a hike coming down from Selins Grove, Pennsylvania. Nevertheless, it has set the stage for a nice Saturday matinee here right at noon in Lynchburg, Virginia. Beautiful conditions here on the turf. Just about 78 and sunny. Mizizi controls, surveys. With a nice pass right in stride, finds Lamb, pushes it forward. Balsamo able to keep it right inside. Now his centering feed with a whole lot of juice behind it. Danny Kuhn looking for the cross. Nowhere to go. All roads are closed. And a penalty corner awarded for Lynchburg, their third one thus far. That one goes against Hannah Garland, the junior midfielder out of State College, Pennsylvania, home of the Nittany Lions. Doris Stein with a big swing, and Lynchburg jumps out in front by one. Their third penalty corner today, and this time they cash in. A beautiful swing from the Deutschland. A junior forward out of the Netherlands on it. Doris Stein notches the goal. That's her third goal this season. Now leads all scores for Lynchburg and ties Danny Kuhn for the team leader in points this year. Good defensive stand. Allie Freeman once again. Played out in front by Schuchter. The Hornets out and running. Schuchter gets into the circle, backs down her defender. Now an entry pass looking for Kuhn. Kuhn unwinds. Dorestein looking once again. Anna Dorestein back to back in under a minute. Anna Dorestein standing on business. And how about the passing that you see from Lynchburg? You can't draw it up any prettier than that. You have the tackle from Allie Freeman, passes it forward to Schuchter, then slows the tempo, catches the Riverhawks off guard, and it's Danny Kuhn with a beautiful dime setting up. And Dorestein, the three forwards, really working like a well-oiled machine on that sequence. And in a blink of an eye, Lynchburg up by 2. Kanya Mazizi now maintains. Mazizi connected with Kuhn, but it looked like she might have had a toe on the line when that ball hits her stick out of bounds. Balsamo with the clearance. Maddie Schuchter's beelining it right for the ball. She didn't have the right angle for it. I mean, you had two Riverhawks about 10, 15 yards closer. It's Maddie Quigley that brings it in. You get to see a little bit of the speed from Schuchter and the hustle just going for that ball. And she really had no business to bring it in. Nevertheless, good awareness from Maddie Quigley. Clock under a minute here in the first frame. And now the Riverhawks will get their first penalty corner of the day. .46 seconds. The injection up to the castle. Shut down by Mazizi. And Lynchburg takes possession. Balsamo. Oh, had her eyes downfield. Was looking for a streaking forward in Danny Kuhn. Mazizi sends it back down to the turf. Whistle on the Riverhawks. 15 seconds. Sent out of play, and that will most likely send us to the break. Anna Dorestein with 2 goals in the opening quarter. Beautiful passing on display from Lynchburg through the first 15. That has been a big difference maker. First assist came from Balsamo. The second from Danny Kuhn. Both goals from the Netherlands native in Anna Dorestein. And Lynchburg handedly in control. We'll step aside momentarily. Second quarter coming your way on LHSN and FloSports. And we welcome you back into Schellenberger Field. Lynchburg up by a pair, both goals via Anna Dorestein for the Hornets. Lynchburg really controlling that shot column 5-0 over Susquehanna. All of which have been on goal, really testing the keeper between the pipes. Tatum Lombardi, the junior out of Littlestone, Pennsylvania, in the cage right now for the Riverhawks. They've had a few this season. Tested out a couple of them. For Lynchburg, it's really all been shy scoons, but they've got 3 on the roster that it wouldn't be much of a surprise to see all 3 of them between the pipes at some point this season for the Hornets. As you see, Maggie Fees doing a nice little sprint down the sideline to get the ball to Stifler. Maggie Fees, the graduate assistant for the Lynchburg field hockey program. One of the best in the business. Aurora Balsamo down the near sideline looking for Kuhn in open space. Corrals knocked away and a whistle blown on Hannah Garland. If you look at how these two teams fared last season, we mentioned the 3-1 final in the regular season meeting and the 2-1 final in postseason. If you look at the goal scorers, it was Madison Mark once in regular season and once in postseason, who's departed through graduation. Her younger sister Lauren still with his squad. Dorestein takes her 3rd shot, and it's her 3rd goal. A hat trick in the first half for Dorestein. Anna Dorestein putting on a show here on Schellenberger Field. She came into this contest with 2 goals on the year. She's already surpassed that total in this game alone. Susquehanna now facing an uphill battle, down by 3 here in the opening half rather. And it just feels like Lynchburg has capitalized on their opportunities. We've 6 shots thus far, all of which have been on goal. The accuracy that we're seeing is really spectacular. Not much you could do about it when you see 21 in red and black steamrolling your way. Just like a freight train. Sometimes you just got to get off the tracks. Not much else you could do. Get the ball to 21 and get out of the way. Allie Freeman looking for Kanya Mazizi. She couldn't get on her horse in time. Towards the end line. Thompson couldn't bring it in. Freeman rejects it. Uh-oh, here we go. Allie Freeman with a nice defensive play. Now Anna Dorestein the other way. Brings it back to the center of the box. Was looking for her 4th. Whistle blows it dead. Danny Kuhn on the inside. If you're a Lynchburg Hornets fan, you've also got women's volleyball playing right now as Sar Prinz has a little bit of a breakaway chance from way downtown. The deflection can't fall through. Right now you've got Lynchburg playing about 100 yards away in Turner Gymnasium against number 6 team in the country in Washington and Lee after winning their Code Red game last night to go 12-1 on the season. They're currently tied with WNL 1-1 in the third set. Lynchburg trailing by 1 point, 23-24, down to the wire in the third frame. Nevertheless, we digress. Back to field hockey. We will keep you updated on what's going on in Turner Gymnasium, just with the amount of weight that match carries in a national landscape. Nevertheless, this is a Lynchburg team that's still looking to climb in the rankings. They came in to the regular season ranked in the polls at 17th. They moved up to 15th in the Week 1 poll, and then back down to 19th in the Week 2. And it's a squad led by Jenny Relaford that came in this year saying, we're the underdog. And not oftentimes you're going to hear a number 17 team in the country say, we have an underdog mentality. But this is a team that has a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. Felt like they could have made it a whole lot farther than the round of 32 a season ago. First shot on goal, kicked away by Schoons. Out in front, Christian Berry, the freshman, can't track it down. Played back to midfield. Mazizi with a nice tip. Dorestein fighting for possession. One hand wielding the twig. Way downfield. And this one will ride out of play. Approaching the midway mark here in quarter number 2. Freeman to Dorestein looking for Mazizi. Now Mazizi drives towards the goal, takes a big swing. This shot kicked away. Wow, whistle called on Susquehanna's Riley Corbett. A big collision between her and Kanye Mazizi. That's one of those bang-bang plays that you feel like can go either way, but more times than not, I mean, in baseball terms, tie goes to the runner. You'd think the offensive player right there would get the edge. Nevertheless, Lynchburg will keep it on this side of the field. Mazizi tangled up. And a whistle on White. Lynchburg just dominating possession through the first 23 minutes. Mazizi finds some open space. The entry feed was deflected in, but a whistle prior. Freeman inside. Doris Stein spinning her way through traffic. The feed, Den Byman, and Lynchburg once again racking them up. Lynchburg with an offensive onslaught here in the first half. This time it's the freshman getting in the mix. Fenna Den Byman with her first goal this season. I'll take one more look at it. You can see Doris Stein, who's been so heavily involved in this scoring this contest, this time with a nice pass. On a Doris Stein with 7 points in the first half. I mean, if you had 7 points through the first 5 games, you would have been tied for the leading point scorer on Lynchburg's team. Making a good case for the Conference Player of the Week right now. Lynchburg will earn yet another penalty corner. Lynchburg with 9 shots to the Riverhawks 1, 8 of which have been on cage, converting on half their opportunities on target. Doris Stein from Azizi, right back to Doris Stein, give and go! She's got 4! And Lynchburg still looking for more. Four goals, 1 assist through under 26 minutes. Anna Doris Stein, how do you do? I mean, this is unlike anything we might have ever seen on Schellenberger Field. Anna Doris Stein is now tied for 9th for most goals in a single game. And ladies and gentlemen, it is still the first half. The record is at 7 from Litsa Correos against Hollins on October 24th in 1990. The last time 5 goals were scored in an affair was just 3 years ago with Marlo Wendricks at Ferrum on October 12th in 2022. She is certainly well within striking distance. And in that same breath, she is also tied for 13th all-time for most points in a single game. And once again, it is just the first half. And still 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. I mean, if you're Susquehanna right now, I don't know what the message is going to be in the locker room. You've got to maybe send two at Dorestein. Try and bracket her. Something to slow her down, because right now she is the heartbeat of this Lynchburg attack. Responsible for every point they've put up on the board. Kicked away by Schoons. Then Byman. And Lynchburg will reset deep in their own territory. Clock stops with 90 seconds to go. 2 goals in the first, 3 goals here in the third. I mean, she might be going for the sock trick. That's 6 goals. And I don't know how you go away from her. I feel like you just keep riding the hot hand, because she's seeing that cage like a soccer goal right now. Sar Prinz rips it away. Looks over for Freeman. Her pass intercepted. Freeman gets bulldozed down to the deck. And a call on her. Now here come the Riverhawks. Rothermel, who scored last year against Lynchburg. That was in the postseason contest between the two. Maddie Quigley got the sole goal for the Riverhawks in their regular season meeting. Up to the Castle. Far side wing. Schoons with a nice save. Lynchburg flocks to the rebound. Schoons hits the deck. And a whistle on Lynchburg. It'll be another penalty corner as that clock stops with about 22 seconds. Oh no, a free stroke. Capitalized. Hannah Garland gets the Riverhawks on the board. My apologies. I initially thought that was going to be a penalty corner. Susquehanna able to get a little bit of momentum in their direction. Lynchburg will most likely just let this one wind down. And that's a great job from Hannah Garland to capitalize on that opportunity. A beautifully executed shot. Because if that one doesn't go through, I mean, you head to the locker room feeling like that was your best chance to really get an ounce of momentum. Now the complexion changes a little bit. Being down 5-1 doesn't feel as steep of a battle as 5-0. That 4-goal deficit certainly maintainable. Susquehanna not out of this ball game quite yet. Still alive and looking for a hot start in the second half to inch their way back forward. We'll step aside momentarily. Second half coming your way in just about 10 minutes. Stick with us on LHSN and FloSports. And we welcome you back into Schellenberger Field. If you missed the first 30, you missed the Anna Dorstein show. 4 goals and 1 assist for the junior forward as she has come alive. Already etched her name in the Lynchburg field hockey record books, and we've still got another 30 to be played. But it was Susquehanna that got the last one in the first half off a penalty corner coming from Hannah Garland. That has put us at a 5-1 score as we head into the second half. Joe Brennan here alongside you on Schellenberger Field in the Hill City in a rematch of last year's NCAA first round matchup. Susquehanna will start with possession. They'll fling it forward. Megan Stifler will corral. Played for Mazizi. Rolls past her and into the stick for Dorstein. Galloping forward into the circle. Nice pass over for Schuchter. Lets it rip and a big-time stop. Rebound corralled by Balsamo. Lets it go. And the Hornets get off 2 shots and then earn themselves a penalty corner. Allie Freeman will have the injection. For Dorstein. To Mazizi, trying to go right back to her. Poked away. But they'll get another penalty corner out of the sequence. Once again, it'll be Freeman from the end line. This time goes for Kuhn. Can't gather it cleanly. Goes back to her left. Takes a big swing. Kicked away. And Allie Freeman called for a penalty. Lopez will walk forward with it. Quickly met by a host of Hornets. Lopez had her foot on the gas, ready to head the other way. Officials make her come back to the spot. Kuhn with a tackle, but a whistle. Slow roller intercepted by Prinz for Mazizi. Kuhn with the press, got tangled up. We've seen Danny Kuhn score with, what you can as closely resemble to a pick six, I think, than in any other sport where you create the turnover and then great defense turns into easy offense, or you go one-on-one with the keep. I told you we'd keep you updated on what's going on with women's volleyball in Turner Gymnasium. Hornets down 2-1 in the fourth set. Washington and Lee leading in the fourth frame 22-20 currently. It's a game that has national landscape implications similar to this one. These are two squads that have really beefed up their non-conference schedule. For the Riverhawks, you've already played a really tough round of non-conference, and once you get into the landmark, it'll be more of the same. But even with that, they still have ranked opponents out of the conference with Sonny Geneseo on docket in mid-October. And, of course, this Lynchburg game really completes what has been a hard start to this season in terms of scheduling with 2 or 3 ranked opponents already. And on the flip side, you've got a Lynchburg team that played Bates on the road, your Sinus, last week. And in their next affair, they'll have another neutral site competition at Sweetbriar just down the road. The reason they want to go there is because they've got the AstroTurf, and that's something that York certainly wants to play on. And that can be an easy compromise, saying, well, we'll come play you 20 minutes down the road from your house if you can find us an Astro. Nevertheless, that'll be the location for another ranked top 25 matchup between York and Lynchburg. Bolsamo, with her stick head high, brings it back down to the turf. Nevertheless, it's the Riverhawks heading the other way. Lynchburg has just not given them any room to operate. Only 2 shots thus far for Susquehanna. I mean, they have very rarely been in the Lynchburg circle. But when they have, they've done a great job of executing. You saw them really fight for the rebound that was kicked away by Schoons and forced her to dive on top of it and ultimately led to that penalty stroke. Anna Dorstein, nothing but daylight. Driving towards the end line. The feed up top. Kuhn, the deflection, extra touch. Danny Kuhn makes it 6-1. That Lynchburg offense looking crisper than they have all season long. You think the Hornets are having some fun? Danny Kuhn gets her first of the day. And while it doesn't go down in the scoreboard, a hockey assist from Anna Dorstein. Here comes Maddie Schuchter looking for Dorstein. No, she'll take it herself, curling around. Swing by Stifler. Knocked out of the circle. Lynchburg will maintain possession. Driving down low, Stifler has it poked away. Allie Freeman with it now. Looking near side for Den Byman. Lynchburg will reset with a penalty corner. They have dominated the penalty corners thus far today. Lynchburg now with 7 compared to the Riverhawks 2. Allie Freeman will put us in play. Nazizi. Pass over to Schuchter. Olivia Muir can't handle it cleanly. Muir splits 2. Near side Dorstein. Driving inside. Tried to paint the top right corner. Soares out of play. It was last touched by the Riverhawks. On to Dorestein. Over for Kanye. Kanye tackled. Here comes Susquehanna. Campitelli. Got the break started. The pass from Althouse. Just a touch offline, but takes possession right back. And a nice defensive stand from Avery Watkins. And we've got another update for you. Lynchburg, Washington, and Lee headed to the 5th set. That's a team that had only lost 1 set all season in 12 games. How about that? Nevertheless, back here to Shelley. 6-1 Lynchburg out in front of the Riverhawks. Susquehanna trying to claw their way back into this one. Olivia Muir and that back line aren't having any of it. Passed forward. It's a foot race. On it, Dorestein gets out in front of it. Lynchburg has numbers. One hand on the twig. Sends it back to the center. And another call on the Riverhawks. Lynchburg now with their 8th penalty corner. Dorestein for Mazizi. Junker called for the penalty. Feels like the entirety of this game has been played on one half of the field. And a big part of that has been the Lynchburg passing today. And in tandem with that, I mean, you look at the passing from Susquehanna, it's not that it has been poor or sloppy by any means whatsoever. Rather, this Lynchburg team, oh my goodness, Anna Dorestein out of a cannon. And is stopped between the pipes from Tatum Lombardi. I mean, that looked like her best shot all day, and that one doesn't go through. But once again, just Lynchburg pelting the keeper. 13 total shots, 11 of which have been on goal. Well, this Lynchburg defense has done a great job of closing gaps, not allowing Susquehanna to have a whole lot of time to survey the field. On a Dorestein inside, kicked away. Another shot on goal for the Hornets. Another shot on goal for Anna Dorestein as well. She continues to add to her total. Kanye Mazizi with a nice takeaway. A really nice pass, but an even better deflection by Lopez. Still not out of trouble quite yet. It'll be yet another penalty corner for the Lynchburg Hornets. This is not the kind of game that we came into today expecting. This is a very, very talented Riverhawk team. But right now you have Lynchburg playing the best brand of ball we've seen all season long, and it seems like they might have finally found their stride offensively after being shut out for the first time this season last game. Callie short, a nice little dish, and Allie Freeman with the dunk. Allie Freeman gets her first goal of the day. That was really all set up by Callie Short, just finding her on the doorstep. I mean, that's how you draw up a beautiful offensive play. And this Lynchburg offense just continues to click, and it really does feel like the passing is playing such a pivotal role. That's Freeman's first goal this season. She now puts that alongside 2 assists. Seven to 1, Lynchburg leads. Schuchter trying to feed a streaking Danny Kuhn. You're really starting to see the chemistry coming along between Danny Kuhn and Maddie Schuchter. Those are two ladies that played a little bit further back on the field a year ago. We're both midfielders in 2024. They moved up to that forward slot with some departures via the portal and graduation from last year's squad, and they're really starting to come along, and you've seen it today. Obviously, Doris Stein is going to headline today's contest with 5 points thus far, 4 goals and 1 assist. Also a hockey assist in that mix if you want to add that in there. Now, Lynchburg right now firing on all cylinders, and it just seems like everything is working. Susquehanna, it felt like you got your fair share of momentum going into the locker room, scoring your first goal of the day, cutting the deficit to 4, and Lynchburg did a great job of countering that with a 2-0 quarter here in the third. Mallory Lamb plays it forward to Balsamo. Mazizi gets her twig on it, just enough to feed Danny Kuhn into the circle. Carving her way down low. As you take it away, and a whistle stops play momentarily. Whistle on Lynchburg. Riverhawks will try and get it on the other side of the field. Olivia Muir gets tangled up. Ball goes out of play. Last touched off her, and DeFazio will reset with 45 seconds. Mizizi. There you see that Lynchburg pressure and what the defense has done today to make life difficult. Lopez with a nice tackle. Just over 30 seconds. Out in front. It's Lopez. Taken away by Muir. Olivia Muir is having a spectacular defensive performance today on that Lynchburg back line. Looks like Mallory Lambs is going to try and kill as much clock as she right here. Close out the third quarter. Lynchburg adds 2 more to their total here in the third. A goal from Freeman and a goal from Kuhn. Lynchburg with all the momentum in the world right now and handily in control. We'll step aside. Lynchburg leading 7-1. (7-1). Lynchburg out in front by half a dozen against the Susquehanna Riverhawks. Today has been a little bit of the Anna Dorestein show. 4 goals, 1 assist. Danny Kuhn and Allie Freeman got on the board for the Hornets in the third frame. Now we head to the final 15, and you never want to say that it feels insurmountable, but, I mean, this would be one of the all-time greats if Susquehanna can claw their way back into it. Lynchburg has controlled possession for what feels like the entirety of today's game. As Anna Dorestein unwinds another shot, Lynchburg corrals once again. Goes right through the legs of Saar Prinz as she puts her forehead in her hands and gives Coach Jenny Relaford a quick glance. I mean, this has been Lynchburg's offense at full effect to a point where I have not seen this offense operate quite like this in my 2-year tenure in the Hill City. This has been really spectacular to see. It feels like this offense has really started to find their identity, and it's such a big way to respond after losing a game with 21 shots, 11 of which were on goal, and you just couldn't find the back of the cage. And then today, it feels like almost every single shot that's been put on has been on goal, half of which have gone through. Danny Kuhn trying to add another one. Balsamo plays it back to Kanye, looking for a deflection. Nobody's home. Gets her own rebound. Drives to her right hand. Uncorks another shot. This one goes into the leg of Kohler. And another penalty corner ensuing for the Hornets. Allie Freeman once again will put it in play for Lynchburg. Freeman goes up top for Dorestein. Over for Balsamo. Whistle called on her. Here's a breakaway chance for the Riverhawks. They've got numbers. Kicked away by Schoons. Read it all the way. Rothermel was streaking towards the near side post. Or pardon me, Schoons is out of the contest. We've got Samira Garavi now in for Lynchburg at goalkeeper. Maddie Schuchter out on a breakaway. Played to the far corner. Last touched by a Riverhawk. And, you know, we also got a little bit of Seraph back in the third frame. And Lynchburg rolling through their keepers. We talked about that in the first half, and quite frankly, the whole reason we might not have caught it so quick is just because the ball's been all on one side of the field today. I don't think Seraph had one shot coming her direction. Allie Freeman will provide another injection. Up top from Azizi. Now Dorestein. This one stopped. Stays with it. Backhand. Up in the air. Anybody's ball. Schuchter pops it up and out of play. Kanye Mazizi will reset. Carves her way through three Riverhawk defenders. Sarprins to her right. And Susquehanna now will try and head the other direction. Oh, baby. Allie Freeman. Freeman has had such a strong day defensively. And on the offensive end, tapped her first goal this season as well. A nice play that was set up by Callie Short. Muir through the legs of Leisenberger. Watkins, entry pass for Dorestein. Sarprins picks it up off the whistle. Looking to go in the circle. Balsamo with a nice stop. Balsamo with a shot. Kicked away. Trying to get around the keeper. Nothing's there. Once again, this one's sent out of the circle. Rolled out of play. Lynchburg takes back over at midfield. I told you we'd continue to keep you updated on the women's volleyball team taking on number 6 Washington and Lee. That game at 12-10. Hornets leading in the 5th and final set. Kanya Mazizi. Then Byman. Lynchburg had an opening. Couldn't put it through. A nice through ball laid out in front. Susquehanna has their transition stopped once again by Olivia Muir. She has been all over the Riverhawks like bark on a tree. Pass inside. Sniffed out by Den Byman. Grace Peterson plays it for Freeman. Now over to Mazizi. Far side of the field. I mean, you see the crisp passing from Lynchburg. Obviously, doesn't bode well in their favor as they try and go into the circle for Christian Berry. And nevertheless, the clearance from one side of the field to the other in a matter of moments. Watkins knocks it down. Sky-high pass for Schuchter. Collects it with ease. Drives into the circle. Uncorks a shot. Deflected. The rebound. Right back to her. Maddie Schuchter makes it 8 goals for the Hornets. Maddie Schuchter gets on the board for the first time today, and the Exeter, England native is having herself a little bit of a tea party. Doris Stein plays it for Schuchter, just a touch out of reach. And ladies and gentlemen, as that happens, the Lynchburg Hornets have just taken down Washington and Lee, the 6th-ranked team in the nation, on their best start in program history. They advance to 13-1 on the season. And I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I've got a feeling that that might be the highest-ranked opponent that Lynchburg has ever beaten. Washington and Lee was fresh off their highest rank in program history. They had won 12 consecutive games this season, 11 of which were via the sweep. Only lost 1 set this year to Roanoke. And today, Lynchburg takes them down in 5 frames. I mean, this is the kind of storybook start to a fairy tale, ladies and gentlemen. The Lynchburg Hornets, you shouldn't be surprised if you see them in the AVCA coaches poll this Tuesday. What a start to the fall season. And what a day for Lynchburg. 8-1 with 4 minutes to go against a team that could very well find themselves in the NCAA tournament. And the party has started here in the Hill City. Garavi with a nice play. Lay down in front for Schuchter. Trying to keep it alive. Can't get there in time. A nice outlet pass from Anna Dorestein. Out of bounds. Lynchburg will take over deep in Riverhawk territory. Just about 2 minutes left to be played. Lynchburg up by a touchdown. After a marvelous first half from Anna Dorestein, it seems like her career day has most likely come to a close. Nevertheless, she'll finish this contest in the top 10 for goals in a single game and top 15 for points in a single game. But this one doesn't feel like it's all about her. I mean, you had everybody really getting involved. A Lynchburg squad that has had 4 different goal scorers today. Half of their goals were assisted on. And the shots on goal is really what stands out. 20 shots, 18 of which were on goal today. Just absolutely pelted the Susquehanna keeper. For Susquehanna, after today's contest, they'll head back home for one matchup against Kings College. That one will be on Wednesday, the 24th. They'll try and get back on track and snap a 2-game losing skid. For Lynchburg, they'll look to build off of this, what has been hands down far and away their best offensive performance of the season, and carry that into the neutral contest against York in Amherst, Virginia, on the campus of Sweetbriar College. And today, it didn't go how we expected it to, but it certainly was a fun one. You got your money's worth if you're a Lynchburg fan. The Hornets with an 8-1 victory. That'll do it for us here in Schellenberger Field. A special thank you to our whole production crew. And we thank you for joining us on your Saturday afternoon. We appreciate you. And until next time, have a good one.